Hey everyone, I'm Nadine and welcome to Bookish Nook. Today I'm going to be talking about We Were Liars by E.Lockhart. I wasn't actually planning on doing a book review for this because, I don't know, I just wasn't planning on it, but I just couldn't stop thinking about it, so here I am. And you should definitely go into this book not knowing anything about it, so this is going to be a spoiler video from beginning to end, so leave now if you haven't read it. So We Were Liars begins with the narrator talking about her family, and you get the sense that her family is one of those rich, wealthy families who their every waking minute is, their reputation and the way they're, seen by the world is a main concern for them. And you get the distinct feeling that something really bad went down and now she's sort of running from it, or she doesn't know what's going on, sort of like that, which you find out that is the case. I don't know what I expected from this. All I knew was that there was hype around it, so I decided to pick it up, and since it's so small, it's kind of like a one-sitting book almost, so I decided to dive in, and I had no idea what this is about, and I think because of that, I seen the book a lot harsher than I would have if I knew a little bit of the synopsis. So I'm going to start out with the things that I didn't like and then continue from there. So what I didn't like were the characters. I feel like none of the characters were developed whatsoever. I felt no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing towards any of these characters. And especially the narrator, even though the narrator is the one who is most developed and the most seen in this book. And to be honest, I don't even remember her name. So you get the sense that she has gone through a lot of psychological and physical trauma, and she doesn't remember anything. And they keep saying that her mom kept telling her what happened, and then the next day she would forget and ask again. So she has gone through like a psychological erasing of her brain, which is traumatic. And I wish we would have seen more into that and more, dive more into it. Just to get a little more sympathy towards the main character, but we didn't. And that's one of the main reasons I didn't like this book, is because I guess of how short it is. It lacks the space to develop these characters, especially the main character who went through everything, and at the end she goes through this spiritual transformation, and it was just kind of like, when is it ending? That's at least what I thought. But I think the author did the best is getting the sense of how important reputation and how people view you through this book. The Sinclairs, everything depends on, money and reputation and stuff, and I think E.Lockhart did a fantastic job of getting that through. There's a lot of times where I didn't like the mother, I didn't like the grandfather, just because of that, and you really got that sense, but other than that, this fell really short for me just because of the lack of the feelings I felt to the character. I think that this book had so much potential to be a great sort of, not a psychological thriller in the sense, but to delve more into like the main character's psyche, to get a sense of what she was feeling, and how her brain just kind of turned her back on her and shielded all these memories. I'm not sure if the author was going for this, but I didn't like how choppy the book felt. Maybe it's a reflection of the main character's memory, but I didn't like that in this book. I didn't think that it fit the style and the tone of the book, being it choppy like that, and I didn't like the flow of the book. And that just reminds me, I hated Gat. I don't know if I'm the only one who hated him, but I didn't like him. Even, like, we know that he died and stuff, and that when she goes back, he's actually not there. But even before, when she's reminiscing about him and talking about him, he's got a girlfriend back home, and he's sending her flowers, and he's getting stuff for her, but they're in love, sort of, and they're, like, really close. I don't know, I just didn't like him. I thought he was a dick, to be perfectly honest. I didn't like him at all. So I guess that's another reason why I didn't like this book. Johnny, what can I say about him other than nothing? Like, he contributed nothing, and so did Mirren. I think that's how you pronounce it. They contributed nothing, literally, to this book. I think you could take them out, and they would really be, the story would be fine. It wouldn't, I guess it wouldn't be as sad as the ending, because it's, two less people who died. But still, it wouldn't, I don't think it would affect anything, really. I guess the main problem I had with this book was that I feel like it had the potential to be so much more and so much deeper and so much better, I guess. I did like the writing style. Her the way she chose certain words and the way that the sentences were chopped up in a row. I liked that. I thought that was really nice, nicely done and nicely chosen. But just the potential this book had to be so much more is just too much for me to ignore, and that's why I didn't like it as much. And I had originally rated this 4 stars because I didn't really know what to think, but now that I've stewed it over for the past few hours, I think I'm going to drop it down to a 2 or a 3 just because of that missed opportunity to make this a lot deeper and a lot more to give you a more sense of the characters, because this is a character-driven novel. Sort of the circumstances in the world doesn't really matter, and I feel like I don't even care about the characters. I didn't care that they were all dead. Like, the ending, there's that little monologue thing where she's talking about how, you know, like, Johnny won't be able to do this, Marion won't be able to do this, and then Gat won't be able to do this, and I was just trying to, like, go through it as fast as possible because I just didn't care about them. I didn't care that they weren't going to continue with their lives because I felt no emotional connection or attachment to them whatsoever, and I wish I would have. So if you've read this, let me know down below what you liked about it, what you didn't like. If you agree with me or if you completely disagree, please let me know down below if you really liked this and what you liked about it. I really want to hear some people's different perspectives, especially because this is a spoiler video. Most people have just said that they've either liked it or not, and they didn't want to talk about it to ruin it, because you should go into this without a synopsis. So please let me know down below. Bye!